Hello, welcome to my channel and my videos. My goal in these videos is to provide you with information from my own experience that I think will be useful for you. I hope that my information will be really useful for you. I wish you peace with my love. Now let's go to our video and get started. Without forgetting, if you subscribe to my channel and like it, you will make me happy. You will also be informed about future videos. While some people consciously manipulate the people around them, some people know how to manipulate because they have internalized it from their family or environment from childhood. I believe that the percentage of people who do it consciously is definitely higher than the others. People who do it consciously also make an effort to improve themselves in this regard. The term narcissist describes this person well, since this person only looks out for his own interests and wants to make people his servants. In this video, I will tell you about the manipulator who has made it his standard of living to make his life easier by manipulating the people around him. Let's start by describing its features. Firstly, a manipulator looks fascinating when you look at him from the outside. They have created an impressive image of themselves, and they constantly maintain this beautiful image. This situation, which gives an attractive appearance and impression when viewed from the outside, is an art that he performs in order to gather more people around him. By attracting people to him, he wants to bring more people into his field of observation. Secondly, he is an expert in lying and denial. This person never breaks close eye contact when lying. This may even make you uncomfortable at times. He always has a smile on his face. Normal people usually feel the need to lie when necessary. Unlike normal people, this person, the narcissist, lies easily, like breathing, just because he can. They start pretending from infancy, because he needs to manipulate the family and the social environment to get what he wants. Thirdly, he never admits his guilt. Accepting one's own guilt means inviting many new doors. Of course, this requires a sense of responsibility. Since the narcissist is a perfectionist, he does not want to own his mistakes and errors. If there is something wrong, external factors are always to blame. Of course, contrary to his mistakes, he cannot boast about his successes. Fourthly, he is obsessed with himself. The biggest characteristic of a narcissist is selfishness. We have mentioned this many times before. One of the cornerstones of the building that makes him a narcissist is selfishness. Fifthly, he ignores your feelings. One of the reasons why he does not see your feelings is, again, as we have just said, because he has no sense of responsibility. We also know that narcissistic people do not have the ability to empathize. It would be very stupid to expect such a thing from a person who sees you as a pawn on a chessboard. Besides, he can understand your emotions because it is a necessary condition for him to torture you emotionally. This person enjoys it while you wear yourself down and go into a depressive mode. Sixthly, it distances you from people. This is one of the most important points. He may want to keep the people around him away from you in some way. The main purpose of doing this is to make you dependent only on yourself. It wants to protect you from foreign substances, because he convinces you that he is your only source of life. You should never fall into such a trap. It is in your own interest not to isolate yourself from your environment. Seventhly, it makes you question yourself and your sanity. Gradually, you can become obsessive. You may see even the simplest of actions and behaviors as wrong because he is always blaming you. It destroys your own thought system. This is again one of the elements needed to make you dependent on him. Eighthly, it makes you feel guilty and devalued. If there is a mistake in the middle of a relationship, done or not done, you are always responsible for it. He doesn't want to see any fault in himself. Devaluation is aimed at breaking your self-confidence. Sarcastic remarks, underhanded remarks, imperious conversations, insulting sentences are all for this purpose. Remember that he does not necessarily have to do these things to you verbally. He can insult you with his eyes, facial expressions, and body language. He can do emotional violence against you. Devaluing is an activity to make you dependent on him again in the end. Ninthly, indirect emotional violence. Emotional violence is a very deep subject in my opinion. If we explain it briefly, apart from verbal violence that takes place by raising the tone of voice, scolding and shouting, the fact that men or women do not show love to each other also emotionally knits the other party. People who are subjected to emotional violence feel worthless and inadequate. This form of violence occurs in marriages where there is a lot of criticism and creates feelings of guilt in the other person. Such people feel as if they are always committing crimes. They express their state of mind by saying, "What I do, how I behave is a crime, looking to the right is a crime, looking to the left is a crime." And finally, he makes fun of you and openly judges you. He makes fun of you and then skillfully turns it to his advantage with a brazenness. He may say that he makes jokes to lift your spirits. Or he may jokingly say insulting things to you out of concern for your well-being. And he does not hesitate to judge you against what you believe in. He secretly takes pleasure in doing so. He provokes people and makes them make mistakes and then ignores them and wants to dominate you. He wants you to be indebted to him so that he pulls the strings.